and whoa, and walking on. And whoa, and walking on. And whoa, whoa, and walking on. Now when I ask him to whoa, and I might have to do this 2,000 times before he's actually ready to stand, as we like them to stand, with patience. Now when I ask him to whoa, I've got to the stage where actually I close my legs on his sides. When he feels them close on his sides, whoa, he'll start to whoa with the voice, and he's already, and walking on. So when the legs are on his sides, this particularly applies to a horse that's too forward from the leg, running away from the leg like he is. If you ask them to whoa with the legs round their sides, when you ask them to walk off again, it doesn't come as a shock to them, because your legs are already there. Whoa. And walking on. Boy. He is coming a little bit behind the bit. There's this crunching going on as I've asked him to whoa. Now we just finished with the final trot. Right, and trotting on. Oh, he says, do we have to? Yes. Now my legs are really on his sides. No, the camera's picking it up really on his sides. Right, I'm going to have a last little trot. Good boy. And I'm leaning forward, so if he wants to put his head down, I can follow him down with my hand while balancing him with the angle of my hips. Good boy. He says, no, I want to walk. I want to walk. Now, when he gets to this point now, he really starts to relax. So even before he's hit the drive, he's really relaxed. And then on the drive and all the way home, he's really, really relaxed. So what we've got to do is expand that ability to relax further and further away, so he's still in that same frame of mind when he's coming home from the village or right back down there on the road. So now the head will go right down. So that's where we are with Jupiter. Now one last thing I want to say coming back is, have I cantered him? No. Is he ready to canter? No. Right, so if you're wondering why I haven't cantered him and why he isn't ready to canter, well, simply because we haven't got the walk and the trot right yet. And when the walk and the trot, and chiefly the trot, is not established, rhythmical, soft, relaxed, forward, and be able to put it where you want it without speeding up or stopping suddenly and all this sort of thing, the horse isn't ready to canter. And the canter won't be nice, it can't be nice, and not only that, then when you come back to do this trot stuff, it's worse than it was before. So if you get the trot really, I'll get the trot really, really established with him. Now look, he's absolutely in plod mode. You see, he's so much more relaxed. Now he's on home ground. So what we've got to do is get him to be like that. He will be eventually, in most places. This awful tension in him will go. And he's sweaty because he's got quite a thick coat, but he's not that wringing wet. With anxiety that we used to have. So it's really counterproductive, it absolutely is, to canter the horse before the horse is ready to canter. And you know the horse is ready to canter when the trot work is really, really nice, and then it's easy for the horse to work out how to canter, otherwise it's just a worry for them. And honestly, I work with so many horses that are worried in the canter. I think there are more horses worried in the canter out there than there are horses who just canter happily, relaxed, soft, with a long rein, that, you know, can come back to trot, you know, on a breath, and just stand. I mean, it's something that they mostly don't do, especially, I'm not talking about in the school, I'm talking about in open spaces. And the thing is that they're not really doing it in the school either, but it's different circumstances there. It can appear like they can't be bothered, but it doesn't mean to say that they're relaxed in their minds away from that school. So I won't be cantering him anytime soon. I want the walk like this at all times. I want the trot like it can be, you know, it gives me glimpses of it. And then I'll start thinking of the canter, and it'll be easy for him, because he will be happy in himself in those two paces, and the canter will represent no big deal. And if it is a big deal, we've got the foundation in the walk and the trot to fall back onto, and so that we can go back to a good place rather than a shambolic place where the legs are going everywhere. So the canter needs to be thought through largely, and I would have to say that most horses are cantered before they're ready to canter, and therein lies the difficulties that people have. There are lots of reasons, but that is one of them. One of the chief ones is it's done prematurely without taking other things into consideration, and it's probably because it's not thought through. You know, people probably don't think. They probably think all horses should canter, but actually no, they don't necessarily canter. And yeah, so we'll be waiting quite a while now. Whoa. So he does understand what woe is actually, which is something that was never taught to him. And again, I find that extraordinary. You know, I'd lunge him and I'd say whoa, and he'd just keep on going round. I mean, why wouldn't you teach your horse to whoa? I mean, if the horse can't whoa, I mean, you just have to resort to the reins or other things. You know, being able to stop the pace or bring it back down a gear is just as important as getting it to go up the gears. Now, you're not going to walk off just because you feel like it. Now, you walk on. Good boy. So I hope you found that helpful. And no doubt we'll be doing more on Jupiter. Whoa. Yeah, he's good.